to this Ansible roles documentation. Here we can see one more role which we can download it from this site. Okay, so let's see if we have this role there. So click on Galaxy, search here. Okay, it is searching. Show all roles. In roles, we'll check. Okay. Nginx. Let's search with the word Nginx. There are many roles created, but that one is not there. Let's see if it is still available. We'll check that. So let's list the roles again. So this shows that we have only one role here, and it also checks some other directories, like it will check a hidden directory called Ansible for this roles. Okay, and from there also it can list. So instead of creating it in /it Ansible roles, we can also create it locally in this roles directory. It also checks this directory. Okay, so there nothing is there, so it's giving just a warning, and it found the roles inside this path, so it is showing it. Now let's install this one. Someone else created, we didn't create it from the scratch. Ansible Galaxy install. Okay. So it downloaded the role from some location. Okay, and by default it extracted in our .ansible directory. Okay, so if I do list now, okay, so it is showing. So one role is showing from this location, that is in our home directory. If I do ls-ld, you can see that. Okay, this is the, and it has some more directory structure as well. Okay, and if you see here, it has some version as well. Okay, so the one which we created was not having any version. We didn't maintain the version, we didn't save it on GitHub and all, but this guy has maintained the versioning, so we can also see which version of the role it is. So if you see, this is the role, and now we need to use that role. To use that role, we'll have to write a playbook and just call it. So what we'll do is we'll just copy our previous role, playbook, cd playbooks, and just cat Apache playbook. Okay, we'll just use the same one. I'll just copy it as Apache playbook as nginx.yml. Okay, just open and make some changes. And instead of Apache role, I'll say install this role. Okay, and this will install nginx. So let's check if the nginx is already there. Okay, it's not there, so I think it will work. Let's run the playbook, Ansible playbook -i host.ini and nginx.yml. Okay. Oh, it is also for some Apache role itself. Okay, sorry, we didn't change the name in the playbook, so it is showing Ansible playbook for Apache role. But if you see, it is installing some nginx configuration and all. Okay, so something failed. Okay, because the port 80 is already in use. That may be one of the reason, because Apache is also reusing it. But we just wanted to see whether the playbook will run fine or not. But still, let's stop the service. Sudo systemctl stop Apache 2 and rerun this playbook. It should not give you any error, I guess. Okay, so it ran. Okay, ensure Nginx service is running as configured. So I think something else we may get here, because we haven't seen his code, what he has written. But let's see, localhost. Okay, so some different pages given now. That is the default Debian page. Okay, so it also created some files, I think. Okay, but that's it. We can reuse any playbook which is on the internet, and we can also push this playbook which we created. Okay, and move it there. So there are something called and so we have seen the roles. Okay, after roles there is also a collection, and we also have this namespaces. Okay, and there is a difference between all three. So if you see the Ansible role, generally it is a single playbook. Okay, Ansible collection, multiple playbooks, roles, plugins. Okay, and in Ansible namespace there will be a unique identifier. What does that unique identifier means? So let's come here, namespaces. So it helps the organization. Okay, means it helps in organizing the content by adding a unique identifier to each piece of content, preventing naming conflicts. Okay, so the naming conflict it avoids. Suppose there are two companies A and B, both are developing Ansible content. They do both design a role called web server. Okay, if they want the same name for web server, so what they will do, they will create different directory structure. One will be company A web server and another will be company B web server, and still they will be able to create the same role, but some segregation is done again. So this happens in namespaces. Okay, but we haven't seen much usage of it. Maybe some advanced usage we can do there, or in that such scenario where they want different companies or different projects to have same role. Okay, and collections is group of different playbooks, roles, and plugins as well. Okay, so if you see here, we can see here collections as well. Somebody has written their collections and namespaces, and we have roles as well here.